Dear friends, today we will try to understand how we can evaluate the strength of the soil subgrades, whether it is existing for the purpose of widening or strengthening or to be constructed from the soil from borrow pits for new construction or raising the existing level of the road. We know the determination of the laboratory CVR is a cumbersome and time consuming. Moreover, during the present condition, where DPR of PMGSY are to be submitted and due to lockdowns, most of the consultants' office are closed. To make our task bit easier, Dr. Lajeet Singh Sidhu, who has been working on this problem since his master studies. He has published several papers on these topics in national as well as international journals. Let us join Dr. Sidhu for further discussion.
Hanji Baburam ji, very good evening and thank you very much for providing me the opportunity to share some simple methods to estimate CVR value of soil for low volume roads. Today we will discuss this topic through the PowerPoint presentation. Let us start with the PowerPoint presentation. Determination of California bearing ratio, CBR, for the design of low volume roads. California bearing ratio is used for calculating the thickness of flexible pavement layers. This method was developed by California Highway Department in 1928, being one of the most old technique. It has been correlated with properties of the soil and is being used successfully. There are two methods for finding the CVR value. One is the direct CVR method. We can find the CVR using IS code, this one. And for the field determination, if we want it direct from the compacted subgrade, then this code is applicable. This is the standard laboratory test method. This method field determination is rarely used now. The other is indirect method of California bearing ratio. There are several methods to find the CVR in an indirect way, correlating the properties of the soil with the various parameters. Some are the basic index properties of soil, like grain size analysis and Atterberg limits. And the other method is the penetrometer type method and some deflection measurement. And in today's discussion, we will concentrate on the method described in IRCSP 72 and IRCSP 20 using nomograph as recommended by the PMGSY. PMGSY in their template has given this note that allow us to use this method to test the soil. As per this method, we determine the some basic properties. While lab CVR test is considered cumbersome process, this for determining the CVR value, proctor density and optimum moisture content. First of all, we conduct this test. Then we fill the CVR mold with 6 molds for static compaction procedure and some 18 molds if we don't have this compression mold, compression frame. Then load versus settlement graph is plotted for unsoaked and soaked conditions. If there is the variation beyond the permissible limit, then the test is again repeated. The repeatability and reproducibility of this test is very low. Only highly trained persons can perform this test. So indirect methods are preferred to these tests. These are very complicated procedure. So this the simple techniques are developed by various researchers. Find the bearing capacity indirect method as explained in the template by the PMGSY. The following tests are to be carried out at site. The grain size analysis that is detailed in code, this one, and the Atterberg limits as per code, this one, and the standard proctor density test you standard MDD OMC. This is lightweight compaction IS 2720 part 7, and this is the standard soaked CBR test procedure. For this, we collect the soil sample from the borrow pit area as well as from the existing subgrade. If we have the widening or use of the existing subgrade for strengthening and widening or simply widening, and in case we are using for we are going for the raising, then soil is to be taken from the borrow pit area the samples are taken from the borrow pit area. The technique to take the sample for widening, I have tried to explain it through this sketch. Here, this is the existing road, this portion, this is the existing road part, and we are widening it from 2.05 to 5.5 meter. And this existing shoulders, this much portion will be used for the widening, and we are using this much subgrade. So we are taking this sample, and the density, in situ density, is checked using the core cutter method. Where it will be used, I will explain in the next slides at the appropriate place. In case of sampling for borrow pit, that is very important. As shown in this layer diagram, this is the organic soil. This soil is bit clay soil, not suitable for the subgrade. This is the suitable strata. From this strata, we can take sample, and from this strata. But this strata seems to be quite deep, may not be feasible to take the soil from this portion. As shown in this actual excavation, this is the top organic soil stored, and this is the section shown over here. This is this approximate 3-4 feet is the soil taken. The sample should be taken from this soil, not from this, nor this, nor this lower one. Whatever the soil we are taking, actually are supposed to take, we are to take the sample from that soil only, because all these soils have very different properties, and sometimes during excavations all these soils mix up, that creates the third soil that may have further different properties. One should be very careful about the sampling. After taking the sample, we conduct some basic tests. The grain size analysis as per IS 2720 part 4. This is wet analysis. There is an arrangement for water inlet, and it goes all the way from all the sieves through this jar. We collect samples are taken according to the size of the sieve. If the sieve is approximate 75 micron sieve, should be approximate 50 gram of soil, not more than that. Accordingly, the sample should be small to properly wash it, because samples are difficult to wash, and all the weights are these sieves are recorded before the test and after the test drying in the oven. And this way we can draw this table. It will be very useful for drawing the graph for the gradient coefficient. This is CU, coefficient of curvature, and coefficient of uniformity. This is coefficient of uniformity. This is coefficient of curvature. This is the grading curve. This is the D10, D30, D60 size. These are the basic terms, and are very useful to understand the properties of soil. This is the graph drawn from the data in the previous table. This is the D10. D10, it's 0.204, means 10% particles are finer than this, and 30% particles are finer than this, and the 60% particles are finer than this. These are meaningful parameters, and this soil has approximate 57% sand, and the silt plus clay is 43%. This is the basic data we require to find the CBR. Then Atterberg limits, these PI, to calculate PI. PI is the, as you see, when the soil moisture content varies, soil transform from liquid state to semi-solid. This is the, when it starts forming on the plastic state, that is called liquid limit, and when semi-solid, it is called plastic limit. Then the difference between liquid limit and plastic limit is called plasticity index. This is difference of the moisture content at which this groove will meet at 25 blows, and the 3 mm thread can be made from the soil at what moisture content. This is the difference of these two values, and we conduct this liquid limit test this way by varying the moisture content at which this groove meets from approximate 30 blows to, you can say, 15 blows. There's a 15 blows value at 30% moisture content. The groove is filled at 15 blows. maybe 16 at this place, and this is the medium value, and this is the last value where moisture content is low, and the stepping values and repetitions are approximate 30, and then we draw this line, and we find the moisture content, and the 25 blows is approximately 23%. Then the plastic limit is 23 means 19 is 14. Very simple process. And understanding the CVR, what is CVR? CVR basically is this type of test. Here we put load using 20 this 50 mm dia plunger, and it's this gauge gives us the load, and this gauge us the penetration. Basically, it is load versus penetration graph, and we find at 2.5 mm settlement what load it has taken, and at 5 mm then what. Then we see at which settlement the CVR value is higher. If the CVR is higher at 5 mm, then we repeat the test, and if the 2.5 mm this result is higher, then it's okay. This is a simple process shown here. Normally, if this 1370 kg load is applied and 2.5 mm settlement is there, then we consider that the CVR is 100%. In case if 2.5 mm settlement is 137 kg, then it similarly, and we with this we calculated its ratio. The load at which the 2.5 mm settlement is there as compared to this standard load 1370 kg. This is approximately 70 kg per centimeter square. This is 105 kg per centimeter square. That is the standard load for the CVR test. Understanding the CVR versus density. CVR of a soil varies with its density. Looser the soil, lower the density, as the compaction is very important. As you see in this graph, the same soil, if we go on improving its density, the CVR goes on. We test the soil at 100% of the Proctor density. If the density is less, the CVR will not be equal to that laboratory CVR. Hence, it is very important to ensure the density at site at which the CVR is adopted. Understanding subgrade strength. Subgrade strength is measured in terms of laboratory California bearing ratio, as I have already explained. Normally 26 hours soaked CVR which is considered. This CVR is influenced by the factors, that is plasticity. If the soil has PI value more, the CVR, soaked CVR will be less. Similarly, grain size, finer the grain, the lower the CVR value, and the density, lower the density, lower will be the CVR. Interpreting the soil data to find the CVR value. If we have the soil data, we can find the CVR with the help of some nomographs developed from the field data collector. Now we have PI value of the subgrade. This is 4. This is the fraction smaller than 425 microns sieve is 92%, and the fraction retained on the 75 micron sieve is 43%, and the fraction between 425 micron to 75 micron is 49%. These are the important parameters read it from the nomograph. Calculating the in situ density and assessment of the Proctor density. In case the soil at site is loose, then these correlations are not valid for that type of soil. The field density of a subgrade soil from the core taken is 1.85 gram from the sample we have taken from the subgrade. Its moisture content was measured as 12%, hence the dry density is 1.65 gram per cc. And the coefficient of uniformity of grading is 4.72. This coefficient of uniformity, Cu, is a very important parameter to understand what would be the maximum dry density of the soil. There are so many correlations developed for the modified Proctor density and the standard Proctor density. And this is the correlation where if we put the value of coefficient of uniformity over here, and this will give us the density with a plus minus error of 0.04. And this equation gives us the value of 1.68. That could be the maximum Proctor density, and here our site density is 1.65. This is on the lower side, but it is up to 98%. We consider it is okay. In case it is loose, then we should loose and compact it, loosening and compaction to improve its CVR value. In this case, we are using this much with small reduction in its CVR value. This is the nomograph given in the various IRC literatures. I have taken it from the IRC SP72 2007. This is the percentage passing through 75 micron sieve. 75% 75 micron passing is 43% from this point. This is the point X. We join this point with this and extend it to S. This is the point S. Then this is the percentage passing 420 micron sieve and retained on 75. That is 49%. At the 49% mark, we came join this point and extend it to this. It is over T. Then this is the point. You can join this S with this 0 point, and L parallel line is drawn from T line parallel to this SB line parallel to this line is drawn from the T that intersects us at 43. Actually, this is the this measurement is equal to this measurement, and from here you can directly read the CVR value. It shows it is 5%. It is for 100% compaction in case the soaked CVR for the sample compacted to the 100% Proctor density. But our density is at 98%. So the CVR value will be little less. So approximate this 10% reduction is appropriate for this 2% compaction. Now for our sample it is 4.5%. That is the simple procedure. We can correlate it with other source of information like the Indian Standard System of Soil Classification IS 492 IRC 36 2010. The soil is classified as SC, clay, sands, poorly graded. The CVR value for density and CVR for this type of soil is density is from 1.6 to 2.16. Our density is slight more than this, and the CVR value is of this is from 5 to 20. Thus, since our density is approximate on the lower side, this 1.6 and the CVR is near 5, the results are in agreement with the literature. So this is a very simple process just to check the CVR from the soil properties. Okay, thank you very much. In case you have any query or you want to some clarification, you can email me at tr.ds.pwd@gmail.com. I will try to explain if there is any doubt. Thank you very much. Okay, Baburamji, thank you.
Sir, I thank you very much for the knowledge you have given me and my friends. So dear friends, you were listening to Dr. Sidhu Saab. I hope my friends who are watching the video right now would have gained a lot of knowledge. So friends, to get this kind of knowledge, please subscribe my channels, General Engineering Knowledge with VRG, and likes and share it to other friends. We will meet soon in next video. Thank you.